Hello and good morning friends. In last topic we have discussed directing at supervisory level. Let us now discuss some principles of this directing action by the supervisor. First principle should be harmony of objectives. Harmony of objectives means no any action should be prejudiced. All action should be oriented about our goal or goal of an organization. It should be common goal. There should not be any second thought in mind, or one should not be prejudiced while directing the action in order to achieve the goal. Let us take one example. Suppose there are 20 workers, 20 employees under the supervisor, then he should be equal in directing all the 20 staff under him. He should not discriminate among the employees for directing. The second principle is effective communication. Just I have mentioned in last lecture, the communication should be effective as far as we are very thorough in communication, or else you should give directions as and when required, mostly in written form. So that should not create any confusion or mess, and that should be legitimate and easy to understand. The second way to conduct different types of meetings in order to direct, in order to communicate with your subordinates, meetings are very advisable. After communication, there must be a direct supervision of each and every act as directed. You have to, supervisor has to observe and follow up whether the directions are as it is followed or not. Otherwise, what happen? Any notorious employee can take different meaning from your directive, and that should not happen. Otherwise, what he will inform to superior management that I have acquired so and so communication from the supervisor, that is why I am doing this. Take an example. If you are going to one workstation and if worker is not doing something, and by mistake, by anger, if you say that don't do anything, this is your sudden reaction, then he will stop working and just stay idle. In that idle stage, if any superior will pass on and ask him why you are not doing anything, then he may point towards supervisor and will say that the supervisor order me, don't do anything. So you should not react in this way. In any communication, you should be thorough, and your communication should be understandable, that is legitimate, and this should followed by a supervision. Continuous supervision must be there. Otherwise, your communication may mislead workforce as if your communication is not thorough. So supervision is necessary. The next principle is to command or unity of direction. That means only a single person should direct any workforce. Otherwise, that may create a mess or confusion to whom we should follow, to whose order we should follow. And that is why, even though the top management wants to say something to workforce or to lower level management, or class 4 or class 3 or direct supervisor or direct operator also, then also they should not give any direction directly. They should give the directions through supervisor only, and that is known as unity of command. Next principle is follow through. That means continuous follow up is necessary. If you are giving 4-hour task to your workforce, then you have to clear cut monitor and follow up every partial time, every half an hour, you should take follow up what is the progress of that given task. These all are the principles of directing. The next issue is leadership, because directing has some issues and a good leader can direct anyone. Apart from all these things, take very simple example how the leader should be. I am not quoting any political issues or political views, but take an example when Modi invite all the peoples to observe one day curfew for their well-being under this corona pandemic, then 95% peoples follow this, 95% citizen follow their communication. That means he proved to be good leader in that sense. Otherwise 130 crore citizens are there, only one thing they have to follow, and it should be communicated nicely and wisely, then only they will follow. This is a good example of leadership. Forget about all other views, but this is example of leadership and it is accepted by international media also. Coming back to our industrial views, good leadership is a sign of success, or you may say success is depend on good and perfect leadership. There are no any fixed definition for leadership. People should follow you. This is simple and nice definition of leadership. Though there is no single definition, but many management gurus have defined the leadership. It is a continuous process of influential behavior in order to follow mass of the people. The desire for achievement should convert by your leadership into burning passion for accomplishment of that task is nothing but a leadership. Then what is the difference between manager and a leader? Leader has distinct and written power, and manager has distinct and written power, but leader has informal powers. Manager is put into position by virtue of appointment, but leader arises through any situation. Take example, though it is some negative example, but take this example. If there is no increment in any organization and one person is fighting for that increment continuously by different ways, like strike, like hunger strike and all other things, or continuously writing to senior authorities, and if by virtue of his follow up, if increment is allotted, then he is a leader by virtue of position, by virtue of situation. Such is the situation where leadership arises. That means leader should possess following different qualities in his behavior. Representation. He should represent that he is doing for the well-being of the mass or most of the peoples. Taking initiative. In our example, he took initiative for increment of all the employees, and this is what he have represented very nicely, and he took initiative for the well-being of mass. He has not fighted for his own only single personal achievement, but he fighted for well-being of a mass. Planner. Leader should be a good planner and a guide. He should be